Hey friends, today's video is sponsored by Intel, and while I initially was supposed to be partnering with them to fly out to Las Vegas to be part of CES, obviously world events have kind of changed that, and they felt for the safety of everybody involved, it'd be better if we do things remotely. So I'm going to be here in my hot news set covering the most exciting things that they talked about at CES, and the things that honestly I'm personally most stoked for out of the things that they discussed. And there's one key feature that I really want to get to, but I'm going to hold that off to the end because honestly, I think this is something that, like, why haven't we had this for years? It makes so much sense that they're bringing it out. So let's go ahead and talk about the fact that now we have their 12th gen mobile chips. 12th gen mobile chips are now coming to laptops. We're getting their traditional H series, U series, and P series laptops, but these are now based on the new 12th gen architecture, which gives us P cores and E cores that allows us to have the peak performance out of our CPUs, but then also have the efficiency, which is something that's actually really important when it comes to laptops and making sure that background tasks aren't sucking more juice than they need to. So in the H series, we're getting some really heavy hitters, such as the i9-12900HK, which is going to have 14 total cores, 6 P cores, 8 E cores, and 20 total threads, which will have a max turbo frequency of 5 gigahertz. We're back to the stage where 5 gigahertz in a laptop is a real thing that's going to take place. But then you have more budget-friendly and mid-level chips like the i5-12450H, which is going to be 8 cores with 4 performance and 4 efficiency cores and go up to 4.4 gigahertz, but have 45 watt base power. So whether it's mainstream or high-end, Intel's going to be providing for you, and just based on some of the benchmarks of them comparing the 12th Gen 2 competitors as well as the previous generation of the 11th Gen, we can see that the 12900HK performs tremendously when it comes to video games, and some of them being 120% better than the ones that they're comparing them to in games such as League of Legends. But not only is it Intel's brand new architecture that's making its way into these 12th gen laptops, but we're also getting things such as DDR5 support, as well as PCI Express 4.0 support, which I'm tremendously excited about. Give me that faster storage in laptops every single day, and Intel's bringing that to us. You'll also get things such as Wi-Fi 6E as well as Thunderbolt 4 to make sure you have all of the connectivity options that you could possibly want on the go. But we didn't just get laptops announced, there's also them competing at the high end on the desktop. We recently just did a video with Intel on their 12900K and 12600K, which you can check out right up there. But now they're announcing their 12900KS CPU, which is going to have a max turbo frequency of 5.5 gigahertz. And in fact, they had a stage demo where they showed that it was running at 5.2 gigahertz on all cores, which just helps to keep them at the pinnacle of gaming. But while top of the line is really great, I also want to talk about what I think a lot of people care about, and that's the more mainstream options, the budget-friendly stuff, such as the i5-12400 and 12600 and the i3-12100, those being officially announced by Intel to allow 12th gen to be brought in a much more budget-friendly fashion, where you can get something like the i5-12600, which comes in at a really compelling price point, but then does really well in gaming and productivity thanks to the new hybrid architecture. And then coinciding with that, not only did we get the entry-level and more affordable chips, we also got more entry-level and affordable chipsets for Intel with the H670, B660, and H610 lineups, which give you all the benefits of the hybrid architecture from 12th gen, but you're not paying for a lot of the higher-end features such as PCI Express 5.0. You can now upgrade to 12th gen Intel with a more budget-friendly setup, getting a B660 with an i5-12400 and some DDR4 RAM, and your PC is now in 2022 with all the advantages that come from the hybrid architecture. Now, I want to talk about the feature that gets me the most excited from Intel. And while a lot of us were wanting Intel to talk more about their upcoming discrete ARC GPUs that are going to go in the desktop, they did say we will get more details on that later, but they did talk about the discrete GPU that could potentially be going into mobile right now, and talked about the technology that they're going to be bringing with that, which is called Deeplink. And the thing that excites me the most about Deeplink is hyperencode. This was a feature they showed off live, showing how it can take the integrated GPU that's going to be on your 12th gen CPU and then take the discrete GPU that's coming with with your Intel Arc GPU and combine them to allow you to get more productivity and efficiency across encoding workloads, which number one is a genius thing to do because a lot of times, especially if I have an Intel-based laptop, that iGPU is sitting underutilized when I'm potentially doing some productivity tasks, and this would allow me to get better productivity on the go thanks to the fact that the laptop can utilize all of the resources that are available at its disposal. I'm really excited to see this implemented in the future. Intel also talking about their partnership with Death Stranding for the director's cut being an optimized game for their Arc GPU when that comes out later this year. Personally, I cannot wait to get my hands on an Intel laptop with Arc discrete graphics because I really want to check out HyperEncode and Deeplink and see the extra productivity benefits that I can potentially get out of that. But then on top of that, I'm really excited about the current mainstream lineup that Intel's presenting us with in things such as the i3-12100 or the i5-12400, which are going to be serious bang for buck value deals when it comes to building a good gaming PC during 2022. Intel launching some really good stuff at CES. I personally can't wait to get my hands on it. I've actually already ordered an i5-12400 from Newegg because it went on sale, and I'm excited to test it out for myself. So we'll be keeping you updated on the things that Intel is releasing as they come out here on UFD Tech. Let me know your favorite thing that Intel announced at CES at the link in the video description. With that being said, I'm Brett with the UFD Tech channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And again, big thanks to Intel for not only inviting me out to CES, which extenuating circumstances made it so that I couldn't go, but I'm looking forward to what we could potentially do in the future with them. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.